Week 13 of the fantasy basketball season. Here's a few forwards I looked at this week. The first forward, Tari Eason of the Houston Rockets, out there in 57% of fantasy leagues. And I know Eason this season, injuries have been a big problem for him. But when he plays, he's a talented player with this good core group over there in Houston. On the year, 11.7 points a game, 6.3 rebounds, 1.1 assists, 1.9 steals, 0.9 threes, and 48% from the field. But the last couple games since he returned, on average, 17 a game, 6 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals, 60% from the field. So Eason could score the basketball. He's a good stealer of the basketball. And right now he's going to play about 25 minutes a game for this Rocket team. January 16th at the Kings, 16 points, 4 boards, a steal, a 3, 60% from the field. January 18th at Portland, 18 points, 8 boards, 4 assists, 3 steals, 60% from the field. So like I said, Eason, he don't need a lot of minutes to go out there and be productive. And he's one of their highly touted guys on this young roster with this Houston Rocket team. So now that he's back in the lineup, still out there in a decent amount of leagues, playing about 25 minutes a game, I think he could go out there and help fantasy owners. But obviously the main concern has been health with Eason throughout his young NBA career. But if he's healthy, he could be a good contributor for this Rocket team and obviously fantasy owners. Next adds his teammate Dillon Brooks of the Houston Rockets. On the year, 13.2 points a game, 3.9 rebounds, 1.7 assists, 2.3 threes a game, and 40% from the field. The last couple weeks, I know the numbers have dropped just a bit, 10.8 points a game, 3.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 1.7 steals, 2 threes, and 35% from the field. But he's a 3-and-D guy, is Dillon Brooks. He was a big off-season signing a couple years ago for this Rocket team, and he's playing major minutes, about 35 minutes a game. January 15th at the Nuggets, 6 points, a board, 2 steals, 2 threes, 40% from the field. January 16th at the Kings, 12 points, 3 boards, 4 assists, 2 steals, 2 threes, 35% from the field. And January 18th at the Trailblazers, 22 points, 6 boards, 3 assists, a steal, a block, 2 threes, 50% from the field. So Brooks, he's going to hurt you obviously in field goal percentage, but 3-point shooting and stealing the basketball is obviously his specialty, and he's a classic 3-and-D guy, is Dillon Brooks. So right now, he's playing good basketball in this Rocket team for the most part this season. They've been one of the better teams in the Western Conference, and he's been a big part of it. Dillon Brooks, I think, is a solid add, and he's available right now in tons of leagues at 79%. Next adds DeAndre Hunter of the Atlanta Hawks. The same with Tari Eason. DeAndre Hunter, his problem has been staying healthy and on the court for this Atlanta Hawk team and fantasy owners. So right now he's out there in 57% of fantasy leagues. On the year, 19.3 points a game, 4 boards, 1.5 assists, 2.7 threes, and 47% from the field. But the last couple weeks he's been in and out of the lineup, and fantasy owners, they didn't want to deal with the injury and they dropped him in some leagues. On the year, so the last few weeks, 15 a game, 4.3 boards, 2 assists, 1.3 steals, 2.2 threes a game, and 41% from the field. So Hunter, he could score the basketball at will, especially at times when he comes off the bench. In the last 3 games he appeared in, January 7th at Utah, 17 points, 4 boards, an assist, 4 threes, 45% from the field. January 9th at the Suns, 12 points, 3 boards, 4 assists, 2 steals, 2 threes, 33% from the field. Then he missed games from the 9th all the way to the 18th. He returned 16 points, 6 boards, and assists, 2 steals, a 3, 42% from the field. So today, a nice ball game at the New York Knicks, a team that he's had good success against, especially this Hawk team the last few games. They've gone out there and beat this Knicks team each and every way. So I believe Hunter could go out there and have a big game versus this New York Knicks team. And like I said, surprisingly, even though he's had injury concerns on and off throughout his career, out there in 57% of leagues. And next forward, Najee Marshall of the Dallas Mavericks. Marshall out there in tons of leagues right now. That's 85% on the year, 11.1 points a game with his new team, 3.6 boards, 2.5 assists, a steal, 51% from the field. But the last couple weeks, 11.7 points a game, 4.7 boards, 3.7 assists, 1.6 steals, 1.3 threes, and 45% from the field. So Marshall, he's getting about 30 minutes a game. We know the injury with Luka Doncic, even though Irvin's returned, the scoring's gone up a little bit, and he could do a little bit of everything as Marshall. We've seen a 10-assist game from him a couple games ago, and we saw a 10-rebound game. So he is like a utility type of guy where he could do just a bit of everything. January 14th versus Denver, 11 points, 2 boards, 4 assists, 62% from the field. January 15th at the Pelicans, 7 points, 2 boards, 10 assists, 2 steals, a 3, 42% from the field. And January 17th versus the Thunder, 14 points, 10 boards, and assists, 3 steals, a block, 3 threes, 62% from the field. So right now he's playing great basketball. Like I said, 30, 35 minutes a game for the Dallas Maverick team. And he qualifies at shooting guard and small forward. So if you need a guy who could do some not great scoring, decent scoring, some rebounding, hitting a three ball, and it could assist at times as well, but definitely steals the basketball at a good rate. Marshall's definitely a good add this week. In the final forward I look to add is Bryce Sensabaugh of the Utah Jazz. So Sensabaugh, another young player on this Jazz team, available in tons of leagues at 87%. And the last few weeks, he's definitely getting good playing time, about 25 minutes per game on the year, 10.1 points a game, 2.7 rebounds, 1.4 assists, 1.9 threes, and 47% from the field. But the last couple weeks, numbers have bumped way up, 16.7 points a game, 2.3 rebounds, 2.7 assists, 2.7 threes, and 43% from the field for Sensabaugh. So like I said, playing that 25-minute per game range, and this is a young Jazz team we know is going nowhere this season. So the young players, the last couple weeks, are definitely getting more playing time, and they're producing. January 12th versus the Nets, 16 points, a board, 3 assists, 3 threes, 38% from the field. January 15th versus the Hornets, 19 points, 4 boards, 4 assists, 2 threes, 43% from the field. Then January 17th at the Pelicans, 15 points, 2 boards, an assist, 3 threes, 50% from the field. So Sensabaugh could score the basketball, pretty decent rebounder, and he could shoot the 3-ball as well. So if you need help at the forward position, I think he's a solid add this week. So that's a few forwards I look to add for week 13 of the fantasy basketball season.